Hello, everyone, and welcome to our new chapter of OmniConvert Explore 3.0. I'm Valentin Radu, and I'm happy to be here with my partners in crime, Sorin Enake
Hi guys.
and Sorin Dumitrescu. You will see them. You will see them a bit later. So that being said, I will share my screen with you, and we will go on with what we have to show to you today. So basically, this is a whole new chapter for us because we've been trying to level up our game when it comes to the technologies that we are using. And yep, that being said, let me see if I can make the technology work. Yeah, that's the agenda for today. So mainly we are going to share a bit of context with you. Then we are going to focus on where the market is heading, so our vision for the future. And then we're going to show you Explore 3.0, which is our advanced experimentation solution and what we have prepared for you until Q4. We are mid Q4, so it's still work in progress. We still have more to add for this year. So basically, going on with the presentation, what is the context? So what's going on in the market? First of all, there is this black box mystery, right? So there are ways to monitor what's happening on the website, but what's behind a certain behavior is still not so clear. So mainly that's what's offered from the technology nowadays, and we are trying to address this issue. The second thing which is happening in the market is that there is a lot of data available, but there aren't too many insights, right? So there are a lot of analytic solutions, but insights and improving the conversion rates based on the insights that are there, it's still like searching for the treasure without the map, because this connection still requires a lot of human brain and brain power to happen. And last but not the least, the companies are still waiting for the AI miracle factory to happen. So the idea is that give me a silver bullet, help me to make progress, find a way to tick a box, and then to enjoy better results, which I think is if I think about it, not so unrealistic, because it's realistic, right? So human beings since the very beginning wanted to optimize for the lowest effort and the highest outcome. So mainly the what is the fix for that is to level up our understanding, to educate more towards what experimentation means, and how to craft a strategy which is data driven. So going further, where is the market going from our perspective? And I think there are some questions to be addressed, like if you are playing in the e-commerce arena or in the performance arena, you might think if the ads cost will continue to go up, or if the UI UX will still matter in an AI agentic world, and how will you thrive in e-commerce given the current competitive landscape. And thinking about the ad costs, are thinking the e-commerce is not going to go down. So basically the demand will still be here. It's not like we are adding more people on the internet, and we are giving birth to too many people at once, while the competition will still grow. And there are already a lot of people which are struggling, right? A lot of companies which are struggling because the competition is going up, and this is going to continue to go up, which means converting the existing traffic, making sure that you have a brand which stands out, making sure that the points of difference that you have against your competitors are well mentioned there, is still going to be moving the needle in the future. Now, there are I've written a guide, let's say, a vision for the future regarding the agentic AI, which became viral in this summer. And many people wrote to me on LinkedIn and on messages, hey, do you do you really think that the websites are not going to be around anymore? And I don't think so, but the time is the question, right? So how much time will we have until there? And I think the window of opportunity is more than 7-10 years, let's say. Until then, we will still buy using our fingers, we will still type the things that we want, we will still look for visual things before deciding that, hey, I'm going to buy this expensive Maxmar address and I'm going to pay $3,000 on it. So before doing this, you will still need to see what's all about. So the UX will still be around and will still be crucially important for brands which are selling things which are, let's say, important in the lives of the users. But if we think about the not about the uh, very appealing products. If we think about boring stuff like I don't know, windshield for a car which is normal car, right? We just want the best price from a good vendor. Then that's it. You will use AI, agentic AI. If you wanna restock for the things that you've bought over and over again, you will not need to go on a website or on an app and to make all those decisions. So if you don't have a brand and if you're selling commodities, I think you're in trouble. And last but not the least, how will you be able to thrive in e-commerce in such a competitive landscape? And the answer is pretty simple. I think, and I've stumbled upon this insight from Jeff Bezos the other, in the last few years, and I kept on reminding this. Uh, the masses are focusing on what's gonna change in the next 10 years. The wise guys are focusing on what's not going to change in the next 10 years. And people will still need stuff. People will still judge emotionally before getting buying spending money on anything. And that means you will still need to play the emotional game, and you will still need to craft outstanding experiences and to experiment in a data driven manner. So that being said, I think that's where the market is going. And a bit of housekeeping: if you have any questions for us, please let us know. So we'll respond to your question whenever you have them. So that being said, I think it's time to pass the mic to Sorin, but not before giving you a bit of context about what we are building since 2014. So we've started with OmniConvert Explore, which offers a way to run experiments across websites, apps, and in-store for retailers. We crafted OmniConvert Reveal, which is, imagine it as a, let's say, intelligence layer, like turns retail data into impact by leveraging customer segmentation and insight. So it's crunching the actual data for e-commerce and retailers. We've launched OmniConvert Pulse, which is decoding the feedback from customer voice with NLP and data intelligence. And last year, we've started to work at CRO Benchmark, which is basically offering AI CRO-based audits to any e-commerce website in less than 15 minutes. So it's a great way to diagnose the UX data hygiene and the data that it's being tracked over there on your e-commerce. And Brandfill is our last product. It's basically decoding the unstructured data and the publicly available feedback from your customers and from your competitors, so that you can have to have an edge against your competitors. So these are our 5 products. That's what you can find out if you think about OmniConvert. Think about data-driven experimentation, leveraging the insights that are there in your own data or in publicly available data. In terms of OmniConvert Explore, we've been working with the so basically, it's our flagship product. We've improved it massively. It's allowing you to do advanced segmentation, survey your visitors, and personalize the website based on 50 data points. We've run more than 70,000 A/B tests, so more than 70,000 A/B tests have been run so far. We have an amazing rating on G2.com, so you can check us out over there. And that being said, we I'm going to really pass the mic this time to Sorin. Uh, and let's see what we have in the box for Explore 3.0. Sorin, the floor is your, mate.
Uh, thanks, thanks, Valentin. Hi, guys. I'm Sorin. Um, I'm gonna take you through the product today. Just give me a moment to share my screen. Um, a bit of background about myself. I've been Convert for 10 years already, and I'm leading the CRO business unit here at OmniConvert. And previously, I used to own my own e-commerce store and used to utilize OmniConvert on my store to improve conversions. And somehow, I fell in love with the product. And once I got the opportunity to join the team, I left my business to uh, let's say scale with OmniConvert altogether. So what we've been cooking so far, uh, besides let's say improvements that were requested by our customers, we've been working on three major, um, let's say, features that were strongly requested and that we consider that are unblocking some of the needs and the flexibility that product teams and marketing teams require in order to scale their experimentation programs. So first, give me a second. The first one that the first two that we launched last quarter, and then in the alpha state, and then now they are live on the platform, are the server side and the native mobile app experimentation features. These two go hand in hand, and they basically give you more flexibility to keep the custom code on your own environment, use your own environment and our API to just send data. These features help you avoid any, let's say, um, loading time scarcity or issues, or comply with your internal rules of no flicker effect and so on, because the relationship goes directly server to server, and with custom code you keep control of everything on your side. How we've implemented is in the simplest way possible, as being uh, the tool that is straightforward according to the feedback received by over 200 customers so far. We want to keep the flow as smooth as possible, and be able to um, for you guys to easily go through the flow and spend less time navigating or setting up the experiment, and more time looking for ideas and looking at data and improving the flow. So first of all, the first step with the experiment flow gets you into the part where you need to, for example, set up on the title. You have the slug of the experiment, which is used when you connect via the API, which is customizable according to your needs. You can give it any name that you want, this one here, and then you can leave your hypothesis. So in our case, for example, we did an update on a native PDP to increase the visual prominence of the price, and update the add to cart, because we consider that by modifying things on the PDP page, we will convince visitors to add more products to the cart and significantly increase the revenue. So how we did this is, for example, first you have the part where you declare the variables, meaning each variable can have its own slug. You can add more variables here with default slugs, or you can change it. And for each variable, you can select a type, like, I don't know, boolean or string, and so on. This is the first step in the flow. The second step would be for you to declare how many variations of your hypothesis you would like to test moving forward. Each variation will show you the variables that you've initially declared in terms of what we've declared, what we've shown you previously: to show review score, show review count, the price color, and the cart text. These were the variables that we declared previously, and in here we attached some values. Okay, I want to be to show it. For the first variation, show the review score and show the review count, and for the second variation, I want to hide it and see how this influences the add to cart conversion. Then I want to change the price color and also the cart text, the add to cart button copy. Once these are declared, you move to the next step, which normally in our Explore environment is the audience. So this is the feature regarding native app testing. So for Android and iOS, within the server side, when you want to use server side for website pages, instead of screen, you will have the URLs. URL exactly matches, URL contains, and so on. So for the mobile app, you have screen ends with, let's say, product or whatever would be the name of the screen that you've declared within your mobile app. Of course, in the same step, you have the part where you can segment your visitors. Within the segment, there are different types of segments that can be used, including a custom segment rule, which gives you the possibility to send any type of conditions from your side, like of, I don't know, if the visitor um, has a, I don't know, customer lifetime value, or the last product purchased on your site, or the last product viewed, any type of information that you have in your database about your visitor or in your CDP, you can send that our way via the customer segment, and that's the person that we will show the experiment to. Fourth step would be to navigate between control and variation by allocating the traffic. Of course, like with any A/B test, we recommend you to start using equal traffic allocation between control and all the variations. But as long as you have your own hypothesis, this is super flexible and can be customized as per your requirements. The other step, and one of the final steps in like the normal flow, would be to set up goals. Of course, the default one, which is the most important, would be the sale goal, to understand how much revenue has been generated by your hypothesis. This is good to have attached to any experiment, even if you are testing top of the funnel or middle of the funnel, where sales goals are, let's say, a bit harder to be influenced, especially top of the funnel. So for example, if you are trying to push visitors from homepage to category pages, filters, and so on, then it will be a bit off the not so important to look for the sale goal as a main goal, but let's say for clicks on the hero banner or clicks on a certain category filter within the homepage, which is normally tied to the fact that you push visitors towards the next steps in the selling funnel. Now in here, there are several types of goals. Like for example, in our example here, we have several goals already declared as custom and implemented, and we've picked 3 of them. And once that is done, at the last step, you will get the once you save the draft of your experiment, at the last step, you will get the um, let's say the codes and the guidelines on how to implement based on the SDK that you need. For Android, we have Swift. For Android, we have Kotlin. For iOS, we have Swift, and we also have Java. We have Node.js and PHP. In case you would like to test on different other native apps on different environments, let's say so. But these are also existing for server side. And Node.js will also cover pretty soon the part where we talk about React and JavaScript and so on, everything that is tied to this type of development language. How our experiment that I showed you will influence the visual part on the mobile. As you can see, this is the control version that we've done. And this would be the modifications that we are showing the stars and the number of reviews, and also the CTA on the button, on the add to cart button. And the second version, second variation only has the color changed on the price and the CTA changed. How this will look for the server side, for example, this is one idea that we played with. You can change from three products row to a two products row, and you can also play around with different features like showing the stars and the number and the grade of the reviews, or changing the colors on the CTA buttons and the CTA and several other things. These are just simple examples that don't take too much time to develop, but can be pretty impactful. But other things tied to what can be done with the server side part are any type of new feature that you would like to implement can be used. Adding more filters, adding new carousels with different products, adding I don't know, placements of third-party tools like product recommendations and so on. A different search engine technology, and everything that is tied to the heavier hypothesis. This can be used with server side. Now, let's say the surprise, the rabbit in the hat, is the fact that recently we got some requirements from Shopify users, which is an like amazing environment and growing every year constantly, the possibility of doing price testing. So this is what we are currently working on. It's in the final stages, and it will be deployed pretty soon once we validate with some of our users that everything is according to their requirements. It will be deployed for everyone which is a Shopify user. So for Shopify price testing, at first, again, similar steps in considering the workflow. We have the experiment title on some of the pages that you wish to include, and the hypothesis. Then at first you land on the variations. You can add multiple variations of your price experiment, and you can start adding products. In the second step, which is the audience, meaning the products that you would like to include in your product price testing, you have the possibility to add products, you have the possibility to add the prices, and also navigate within the Shopify price selectors to make sure that the fields are properly connected to our platform. So adding products is pretty simple. You have this pop-up where you can use either the search filter, or you have the predefined drop-downs with the collections. You have the types, the vendors, and selected tags, or the statuses of your products. How are these populated? Where they are populated through our direct plugin, Shopify plugin integrator, which will take you through a couple of onboarding steps. And we connect directly to your Shopify admin, and we pull out the data through the Shopify API in real time. So basically, you have nothing to do. You don't have to put any links, nothing. We just interrogate your existing catalog of products in real time, and you are able to see them here and select them to add to your experiment. Now, once the products are added, you will see the control version, which is the two main columns, product price and compare. In case you have, for example, products with discounts, the compare price is the one that's higher, right? Like the start, like real retail price, the one that starts from, and you show the current price, so this discounted one. And then you have the possibility on the variation to add manually manually modify the price or the compare price, or you have the possibility to bulk modify the prices. How can you bulk modify the price? They were pretty simple. You have a condition to increase or decrease in percentage or in monetary value, which can be the value allocated to your shop, like dollars, euros, yens, you name it. And you can also round it up or don't round it, and also include a couple of decimals. So once you select increase with 10%, let's say so, and you apply the changes, then you'll be able to see that here all the prices of your selected products will be increased with 10%. When you have products with labels, let's say so, so if you have different types of products under the same product delivered, you'll see here that four variants appear, and in the drop down you'll see all of them, and you can easily modify the price only for some of the variants and not all of them. Now, once this is done, of course, you need to make sure that the price selectors are properly identified. Once, once you install our plugin, we go and fetch the default selectors that Shopify uses, but different shops utilize different selectors, and this is why we give you the possibility to add your own custom selector. So the default type in Shopify environment, there are around 12, um, like, I don't know, money format, the price badge, the current price, comparison price, and so on. But then you have the possibility, based on your Shopify theme, to select other custom identifiers. Once you do that, you are good to go to the next step. Um, the next step would be to, for example, in here would be to select a certain segment of visitors. This is to provide flexibility for applying price testing hypothesis, let's say dedicated for visitors from a certain paid ads campaign. Like if you want to show um, Facebook Facebook ads campaign which is discounted only for Facebook, you can use the segmentation to target those visitors via UTM parameters and show them um, two different prices, one with a lower discount and one with a higher discount, and see which one converts better and which one brings you much more revenue. And to do that, you go to the segment selector and you can use the available parameters in here, which are referral types, UTM sources, event technology, and also, again, you have your custom parameter that you can use based on any type of data, which you can send easily via the um, integrator. Moving forward, you have the traffic allocation and the goals. Again, you can play around with allocating traffic between control and variation and add goals. The main one would be the sale goal. Of course, this is the whole purpose of playing around with prices, not necessarily to increase clicks, but at the end, your business needs to grow, your business needs to add more GMV, and for that, this would be the focus of your experimentation. You can schedule, so you can set your price testing experiment alongside with the time frame of your campaigns. And of course, at the end, you have a preview page where you can easily select one of the products from your audience, select which type of the variation you would like to see, and then once this is selected, you can open the preview window. You'll be redirected into a new tab, and you'll be able to see if the prices look properly according to what you've set up. Once you do your QA process and validate that everything looks accordingly, then you can update your experiment, launch it, and keep an eye, keep a track on what happens every day with your experiment from reporting purposes. So this is how the reporting will look like. You will be able to see the main goal, which is the sale goal. Yeah. How the control and variations look like, the number of unique users that have seen your experiment so far, and how many views, which are not unique. So basically, how you translate this is that the unique number of users have seen so many pages when we talk about the product price testing. This would be the conversion rate per the purchases, the number of purchases so far. You have the deltas here, which will show you how big of an uplift you have, the chance to win, which can be either Bayesian or frequentist. These are the two algorithms that OmniConvert Explorer uses. You can use either one of them or both. And then you have the total revenue, the revenue per user, and the average order value to identify in which direction this particular hypothesis takes you. Below, you also have the possibility to see, besides the sale goal, of course, any other goals, like will my visitors have more interactions with the add to cart? Will they go through my cart and interact with anything, any call to actions there, or I don't know, carousels or product recommendations and add them? Will they avoid um, adding products to cart and navigating a lot? So will this lower my activity on the website or will increase my activity on the website? This is powerful to keep an eye on because it correlates with what happens on the sale goal. So for example, not necessarily all the time, if the add to cart clicks are lower, also the sales will be lower. Maybe if you increase the prices, you'll be able to see that people spend more time navigating through the website without clicking on add to cart. But when they purchase higher valued products. So they will generate more revenue, reduce the engagement, but get a higher amount of money. This was it. Moving forward, there are more features that are in the pipeline besides um, product price testing. We will also add shipping price testing for the Shopify environment and several other features, surprises are around the corner as we navigate towards bringing more value for everyone that will be, let's say, willing to use our tool. And as a promise, just taking Valentin's final words, as a promise, everyone is invited to use the tool for free. We are providing a forever free 50,000 tested visitors, not users, tested visitors. So it doesn't matter if you have millions of visitors on your website, you can make use of our product for up to 50,000 tested visitors. And there are no restrictions whatsoever. Your feedback is welcomed, is greatly appreciated regarding the product. And whatever improvements you see, please share them with the team.
All right. So now is the moment to shoot us the questions that you might have. I'm I have one question I have one question from Andre. He's asking, what is the scope for pricing testing? So what is the what is the use case? Sorin, you want to take this?
Yeah. So the use case would be to find the proper pricing alignment with your visitors. So, for example, there are products that they leave margin on the table. One issue that I used to have with my e-commerce before joining OmniConvert, I was selling customized, let's say, jewelry with Swarovski crystals, and it took me like 2 years to see that if I were to increase prices with 10 or 15%, I wouldn't lose any of the amount of orders, and I could have increased my revenue like super drastically with that. So the fact with so the benefit of price testing is that if you are selling your products, it gives you flexibility to play around with the price to match the value in your customer's eyes. So this basically gives you, um, let's say, same costs, same investments, but a higher revenue.
Super. If you have any other questions, let us know. You can send them right here in the chat on LinkedIn. We have. Let me check on YouTube as well. Unfortunately, I have. We have multiple channels that I have to check. So one more question that I have on here is. On a technical from a technical perspective, how is Explore allowing you to change the Shopify? Is are these changes in the theme?
So from a technical perspective, these particular changes about the pricing, they go through the API. Yeah, it's in the theme directly, and basically we make use of our uh, server side type of test,
Mhm.
and we make use of draft orders to push the data in the Shopify. And regarding the normal changes, um, with the server side, it's like at the structure level in your theme or in the, let's say, backend of your website. And with the customers or with the client side, with the normal A/B testing through like the JavaScript integrator and so on, this gives you the possibility to use either the WYSIWYG editor and play with the theme, or just do some small JavaScript or custom HTML, CSS code to manipulate any element on the website.
Yeah,
So basically, we help out with all three types of modifications.
super. We have a question from Dan. Can the price testing be done outside the Shopify ecosystem? Sorry.
Not now, not now, but we are looking to take this outside of the ecosystem based on the feedback that we get from the Shopify environment. We will expand this to other environments as well.
Super. Then our there aren't any more questions that I can see. I just wanted I think it's a time for a wrap up. We are 49 minutes. Instead of a wrap up, what do you get from this solution in a nutshell? So basically, um, we have another question though.
Yeah,
No, I guess we
which
can test fully price and other things based on channel. How a user came to the website. For example, Google may say direct or cross network. Sorin?
yeah, yeah, exactly.
All
You
right.
can test the fully price based and also other things based on the traffic and the channel that the user came to the website. You can use that either you can use either our like predefined segments, or with a custom segment you can send that information that resides available. For example, some of the other segmentation parameters that we offer would be based on data layer events or data layer variables. Maybe you have some information residing there and you want to make use of it. UTM parameters and so on. Several other segmentation points will be delivered as well.
Super. Thanks, Sorin. Thanks, Dan, for the kind words. And I think that is a wrap up. So if you have any other questions, do let us know. In a nutshell, what you can do next with our solutions, you can run mobile A/B testing on Android or on iOS. You can run server-side testing, so no need to have a client-side solution, so you can deliver the experience directly from your infrastructure. You can do pricing testing on Shopify for now, and you can do shipping testing as well. You will be able to do it this year. Going further, what we are working on, which I think is important to address. So basically, we are going to work on an MCP solution, and I think Sorin Dumitrescu, you can tell a few things about what's going to happen over there.
Sure. Should I unmute first or?
No, we can't hear you yet. Yeah,
okay.
All good.
All good. Yeah. So technical issues. Yeah, we've been working on MCP solution. We're going to provide an MCP server. This is already in production and used by several server-to-server integrations, but it's going to be available soon for use in other clients as well, such as in ChatGPT or in Cloud Desktop or whatever client that you use. You'll be able to authenticate using auth. And basically, this is it. It will expose reporting data at first, moving towards more advanced use cases like setting up experiments, changing segmentations, and who knows, maybe even creating experiments via prompts.
Yeah. Super. So I guess that's it from our end. I think we can wrap up this session. Thanks everyone for being here. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for being curious to run experiments. We're big fans of this. If you have any questions for us, let us know. If you want to try out our products, go to OmniConvert.com. We have this free 50K users accounts active for now. These are lifetime accounts, so as long as you grab one, you can keep it. And that being said, that was it. It's a wrap up from us. Thanks a lot, and all the best from Bucharest.